On November 26, 1930, a newspaper was published on the front page of the Meriden Daily Journal newspaper in Canada. The title of the newspaper was Village of the Dead. This news caused a wave of fear in the whole of Canada because in North Canada, an entire tribe had disappeared without a trace, night and day. Welcome once again to the channel. This is Angecote Lake, located in a remote area of North Canada. There used to live a tribe called Eskimo in a small settlement on the banks of this lake. About 100 to 150 people used to live in this area, who used to catch fish from this lake and survive. This is the area of North Canada where not thousands, but only a few thousand people live in the area of lots of square kilometers. And the reason for this is the harsh weather here. In addition to fish, other animals are also hunted in the surrounding area in Angecote Lake. And for this, many hunters keep coming here. This was the coldest day of November 1930, when a hunter named Labelle came to hunt in this area. He was so busy hunting that he did not even know when it was dark. He had an idea that he would spend the night in a tribe called Eskimo on the banks of Lake Angecote. The people of this tribe were very famous for welcoming people from outside. Therefore, Joe Labelle packed his things and started walking towards Eskimo. It was a moonlit night, but there was complete silence far away. No one was visible and no one's voice. He was only able to hear the sound of his feet. Although Joe had done this before, but today something was definitely abnormal. By the way, normally whenever he reached near that settlement, the sounds of barking dogs started coming, which the people of the settlement had kept. But today, even after reaching near the settlement, there was only desolation and silence. Feeling all this, Joe increased the speed of his feet. He thought that maybe the villagers are sleeping or have gone somewhere. Now from a distance, he was also able to see the tents of the settlement, from which smoke was also visible. But even after reaching near, he could not hear anyone's voice. Finally, when Joe Labelle entered the settlement, he was surprised to see that there was neither a human nor an animal here. But the surprising thing for Joe was that smoke was visible from above some houses, as if there was someone inside them. He randomly went to a tent, but there was no one there either. And the same was the case with all the tents. Maybe Joe would have left this whole scene by ignoring it, but there was one thing that put Joe in more trouble. In some houses, the cooking utensils were present on the stove, but the food was burnt in them. That is, someone had kept food for the night, but they could not eat it. Even the clothes that the women of the settlement used to stitch were present there, and there was also thread in the needle. It seemed that the people of the settlement had suddenly left here. But where did they go? Joe Labelle started searching the whole settlement. He saw that the dogs that the tribe had kept had a rope tied around their neck, but the dogs had died of hunger. Although there was food in front of the dogs, but there was no one there to give them food. At one place, he saw a grave being dug. Looking at this grave, it seemed that it would not have been long since it was dug. Seeing all this, Joe Labelle's anxiety and fear had increased immensely. He was very scared to see all this scene alone at night. The people here always keep their dogs with them wherever they go. But seeing all this, it seemed that something strange had happened here. Something strange has happened that has forced people to go somewhere suddenly. So helpless that they left their dogs, clothes, food, and even the burning fire. Joe could not bear to see all this for a long time, and soon reached the telegraph office nearby. From there, he contacted the camps of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, and told them what he saw. When the police reached the village, whatever Joe Labelle had said was proven to be true. The police suspected that someone had attacked here and killed all the people of the settlement. But if this had happened, there would have been bloodstains somewhere in the settlement. If there was no blood, then some things would have been scattered due to the beating. The police immediately started a search operation to find the villagers. In this search operation, a very unique thing was found that perhaps Joe had not even noticed. The whole settlement was covered with snow, but there were no footprints on that snow. There were only the footprints of one person, and they were Joe LaBelle's own. That is, if no one other than Joe had come and gone to this settlement, then where did the people of the settlement go? There was snow on the lake as well, and the boats of the people of the settlement were standing on the ground. Because there was no fishing in this season, the boats were pulled to the ground and parked. If the people of the settlement had gone somewhere by swimming in the lake, or if someone had killed them and thrown them in the lake, then the layer of snow on the lake would have definitely broken or scattered somewhere. The police also found out in the investigation that these people, who had disappeared 8 days before Joe came here, because the death of dogs is not due to starvation for a day or two. And the smoke coming out of the houses was a sign that they had not been here for a long time. Because it was the smoke that kept coming out for a long time even after the wood was extinguished. There were a lot of questions in front of the police, but not a single answer. After many months of search operation, the police finally put an unsolved case on this case and closed it forever. And over time, people also forgot about it. After 50 years of this incident, in 1984, writers named Roger Bohr and Nigel Blundell wrote an article and tried to connect this whole matter with aliens. They said in their article that when they went to explore this area near Anjaguni Lake, they found a hunter and his 2 sons there. They said that they have often seen flying objects on the lake, whose shape is different. And they were flying towards the same settlement where the Eskimo tribe lived. Based on this story, it was said that perhaps aliens landed that night and took all the people in the settlement with them. The presence of aliens and their attack had no solid evidence. So most people did not believe it and rejected this theory. After this, many people started making different stories about the disappearance of the Eskimo tribe. But the fact is that this incident is 100 years old, but no one has the answer to this question. Where did the people of Anjaguni Lake go without any signs? The disappearance of the Eskimo tribe is still a mystery. I hope you will like and share this video. Thank you very much for your loving comments. See you in the next video.